Good evening, students. Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Python video lesson number 26. In previous lesson, that is called Python video lesson number 25, we studied about lambda function and then recursive function. In this lesson, we are going to study about scope of variables. First, we will see, as usual, definition for the scope of variables as well as characteristics of variables. Then we go over the Python program. Scope of variables. It refers to in which part of the program. Part of program where variables can be accessed. Scope of variable refers to part of the program where the variables can be accessed. There are two types. One is local, another one is global. Local variable as well as global variable. You can call it as. First we will see local variable. So scope of variable refers to part of program where variables can be accessed. There are two types. One is local, another one is global. First one is local. Variables declared within function or block is called local variable. So variable declared within function or block is called local. They can be used or accessed within the function or block in which it is declared or defined. So global variables declared outside of function or block is called global variable. They can be accessed anywhere in the program. In addition to that, global variable have certain characteristics that we will see now. If we declare one variable outside of function, by default it is global. No need to put keyword. So if you declare one variable outside of function, by default it is global. No need to put keyword global. There is no need to mention global keyword for global variable. Declaring the variable outside of the class or block, it is understood, it is global. Second point, you can access global variable inside the function. but you cannot modify. Global variable inside the function. You can access the global variable inside the function, but you cannot modify the global variable inside the function unless you define global variable once again inside function with global keyword. So you can access global variable inside the function, that's good. But you cannot modify the global variable inside the function unless you define global variable once again inside the function with the global keyword. So declaring one global variable outside the function, no need to put global keyword. Once again, if you want to access the global variable inside the function, no problem, you can use it. But if you want to change the values stored in the global variable inside the function, it is not allowed unless you have to define once again the same function with the global keyword. So if you want to define global variable inside the function, once again, global keyword is needed. So declaring one variable outside of the function means it is global, no need to define global keyword. If you want to define one variable inside the function as global keyword is needed. That is the concept behind this 1b. Next point is local variable as well as global variable. Both variable can have the same name. Both can have same name. So now I will explain this scope of variables with the help of simple Python program. You can understand easily. First, I'll write one program which explains local variable, and then we can go for global variable. So we need one function. I consider local fun as a one function. It contains one variable. That's all. So here y is a local function, local variable, since it is defined within one function. So already we studied local variable declared or defined within one function or block is called local variable. Since y is declared within the local fun, it is called local variable. It can be accessed within the function it is declared. So the print y is okay. So y is accessed within the function in which y is declared. This is local function called cos. This local function y is assigned with the 10, print y. You will get 10 as a result. It 10 as a result. That's good. So here I like to access the same local variable outside the function in which it is declared. So it gives error. You will see it. So it gives error. So you cannot access local variable outside the function in which it is declared. Now we can go for another program which explains global function, sorry, global variable. So here I declared one variable outside of the function, that is C. So C is a global variable since it is declared outside of the function. So global variable can be accessed anywhere in the program. So C can be accessed anywhere in the program. First C is assigned with 1, that's good. Here C equal to C plus 2. Now C becomes 3. Afterwards, we are calling the global fun. So here global fun called print of C. Now C contains 3. 3 will be displayed. So here 3 will be displayed. So global variable is declared outside of the function. Global variable can be accessed anywhere in the program. That's good. But you cannot access the global variable. Sorry, you cannot modify. You can access the global variable within the function, but you cannot modify the global variable inside the function. I tried to here access. So you should give some error. You will see. So it gives error. How we can solve this problem? Once again, you have to declare with global keyword. Now it did not give error. See it here is 5. So C is already 1. Again, C is assigned with 2. 1 plus 2. C is assigned with 3. Global function call. It calls global fun. And then global C. Again, once again declared here. So C is global function. Already C contains 3. 3 plus 2. Now C contains 5. Print 5. That is why it goes. It goes. It displays number 5. So once again, I like to repeat. Variable declared outside the function is global. No need to declare global keyword for declaring variable outside the function. Okay. Global variable can be accessed anywhere in the program. Global variable can be accessed within the function also. If we want to modify the global variable, value stored in the global variable, it is necessary to declare or define once again global variable within the function with global keyword. Otherwise, it will give error. Next point is both local variable as well as global variable can have the same name. That I will explain with another program. Same name. Here I am declaring one variable here, that is x equal to 5. Here I declare one variable. Let's declare one more variable, that is x equal to 10. Since this x is defined within function, it is local. Since this x is defined outside of the function, this x is global. This x is local variable, this x is global variable. Now I like to print x. It refers to local variable. X is 10. Since we are trying to display the value of x stored in the local function, so it gives the local variable value. Here I like to display local fun. Again, this x refers to global variable. It gives number 5. That is 5. First we save the program and then run the program. See it here. Here 10 is set. First x is assigned with 5. That is global variable. This local fun is a function call. It calls local fun. Inside the local fun, we are declaring one more variable that is also called as x. That is local function as local variable, global variable. Both contains the same name, but they are different variables. X equal to 10. This x is local variable. Print x. Since this x is accessed inside the function, it calls only local variable. So it gives 10. That's good. Then after that local function call, we are having one print statement, global variable x. This is declared. This calls the value stored in x. So it refers to global variable x. That is why global variable x is 5. So we can conclude that both local variable as well as global variable can have the same name. Now once again I recall you. Scope of variable, it refers to part of program where variables can be accessed. There are two types, local and global. Variables declared within the function or block called is local. Variables declared outside the function or block is global. If you declare one variable outside the function or block, by default it is global. No need to put keyword. You can access global variable inside the function, but you cannot modify global variables inside the function unless you define global variables once again inside the function with global keyword. Both local and the global variables can have the same name. That is what we study. Now we will have one sample program to clearly explain once again function. Now I like to write one program which displays LCM. LCM means least common multiples, least common multiples of the number. So we need two numbers, that is LCM of two numbers. First we should know what is the procedure to find out LCM, least common multiples of two numbers. Then we go for the program. Step 1. First, we have to find out bigger of two numbers. First, we have to find out bigger of two numbers. First step. Step number 2, find out the number which is greater or equal to bigger of two numbers and multiples of two given number. So first we have to find out the bigger of two number, that is first step. Then we have to find out greater or equal to bigger number of two number. That number should be multiples of given two number. That is the LCM of two numbers. For example, I like to find out LCM of 2 and 3. Very simple number I'm taking 2 and 3. Step 1. Step 1 is here. Which one is bigger? Or even 3 is bigger. First step is over. Step 2. Now we have to find out number which is greater or equal to 3. In addition to that, the number should be multiples of 2 and 3. So first we'll see here 3 is not multiple of 2. So 3 is not a LCM. Then we go for 4. 4 is multiple of 2 but not 3. So 4 is not this LCM. Again 5. 5 is not multiple of both 2 and 3. So 5 is not LCM. Then we go for number 6. 6 is multiple of both 2 and 3. So 6 is a LCM of 2 and 3. So 6 is the correct answer. 6 is the LCM of 2 and 3. Now we study the procedure to find LCM of given two numbers. Now I will write one program which clearly explains how to find out LCM of given two numbers. We declare one function to find out LCM of two numbers. The two numbers should be given to the argument x and y. So here we got to get the values for x and y. We have to call this function LCM fun x and y. So here x and y will be stored with the here. We can change the name a comma b. The value available in X will be stored into A. Value available in B will be stored into B. Now we have to find out which one is greater. That is step number 1. If A is greater than B, then A is greater equal to A. Else B is greater A. Then greater as in with B. First step is over. So we find out which one is bigger. For example, X is assigned with 2, Y is assigned with 2, 3. A is assigned with 2, B is assigned with 3. This condition false, greater will be B, that is greater is 3. Now second step, we have to find out the number which is greater or equal to bigger of two numbers, given two numbers. That number should be multiples of given two numbers. How? We need one loop while true. It always true if greater modulus of A, greater modulus of A equal to 0. Already we know more or less. It gives remainder. And greater modulus of B, that also should be 0. Then we have to come out LCM equal to greater. Otherwise, break. Otherwise, greater should be incremented by 1. That's all. Then we have to return greater. Not greater, LCM. LCM is the value. First, I will save the program, run the program, and then I'll explain you. It has two values. Enter the first value. I'm giving 2 first and 3. It gives some error. We will see. I have to give two values here, x, y. 2 is assigned with x, 3 is assigned with y. So LCM is 6. It works fine. I will explain you now. X is assigned with 2, y is assigned with 3. Print LCM of x and y. It calls LCM fun. Now A is assigned with 2, B is assigned with 3. Okay. Now here in this case, A is greater than B. So 2 is greater than 3. This condition false. So this will not execute, this will execute. Here B is assigned to greater. Now greater contains 3. This condition will be always true. Greater modulus of A. Now A is 2, greater is 3. 3 modulus of 2, it gives number 1. So it is not multiple. So this if will not execute. Once again, greater will be incremented by number 1. So already greater is 3, now greater becomes 4. Again condition true, 4 modulus of 2, it gives true. Okay, what about this one? 4 modulus of 3, now B contains 3. 4 modulus of 3, it gives number 1. So this condition false. Then both will false. This LCM equal to greater, break will not execute. Once again, greater will be incremented by number 1. Now greater becomes 5. Condition is true. 5 modulus of A, that is 2. 5 modulus of 2, again it gives 1, it condition false. LCM equal greater will not execute. Greater will be incremented by 1. Now greater become 6. Again condition is true, it will execute. 6 modulus of 2, it gives 0. 6 modulus of 3, again it gives 0. So both sides uncontained, both sides true. True and true, it gives true. Now the condition becomes true. This statement should be executed. Now LCM is assigned with greater. Now greater is 6. Greater will be assigned to LCM. That's good. Now break. It comes out of the while loop. Out of the while loop is one statement, that is return LCM. Now LCM is 6. 6 will be returned here. Print 6. That is what we got here, number 6. So this is the program which is used to find LCM of given two numbers. Today I stopped here itself. Today we studied scope of variables. There are two types, local and global. And then we studied one small program, how to find out LCM of given two number using function. Today I stopped here itself. I hope all of you enjoy this lesson. In next lesson, we will study a little bit more. Until then, thank you students. Bye-bye.